Okay, so that was a very nice, hot Chinese New Year wishes.
That's right. Now, in conjunction with the Chinese New Year, and you know how Chinese New Year celebrations, in fact, all festivities where we come together as a family, the love and respect is there, you know, where the younger generation comes, they honor the older generation, and then they have this one beautiful gathering.
Yes. Every time there's a family function, it's a matter of the younger generation respecting their elders. You know, it's tradition. But again, are we losing that?
That's
you know, are we losing that? Are we simply going to, you know, sometimes they don't even cook at home. You know, it's a personal choice. But you go out, you eat out with family and friends. But that's it. Then you go back home and
sit in your cubicle.
You sit in your cubicle. No other activities there. So how do we cultivate love and respect?
That's right, especially for the younger ones, you know, the little ones who are coming up and watching the older ones and thinking, oh, this is it, this is life, you know, this is how we go about life. So we changed that. Well, we've got the two motivators in the studio today. Let's welcome Murshidah Syed and Professor Dr. Rozieta Shari, both renowned women in their own right who literally you know, taught us the love and respect that you are teaching everyone else. So we'll talk to you about this. To start off, of course, let's talk about love and respect itself.
Love and respect. You know, I think I remember there was this one commercial where this the husband changed the picture on the phone to, instead of the wife, to the mother, and the wife said, why didn't you put my picture? He said, why you put your mother's picture? And he's like, when I show love for my mother, my children will show love towards you.
Wow.
So it was a very simple and very powerful commercial. But again, what are we doing wrong in these days?
Okay, well, love and respect are fundamental human needs, and they are fundamental human emotional needs that everybody since birth needs, right? What happened along the way? You see that manifested right now, and it's practically, I would say, non-existent in all aspects of life. That people start to address, oh, you know, the problem of this, problem of bullying, problem of parenting, problem of everything, you know, but it all boils down to love and respect. And what I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Rozieta also, because she has for many years been advocating the message of love, and the message is love. And for me, I'm an advocate of love and respect, and I believe, you know, both has to come together, and that's why we, you know, we're sharing this message together, because love and respect do come together. So Dr. Rozieta and I are actually collaborating to spread this message out and help people to find back that love within themselves, right? And think of love beyond just, you know, relationships between just you and your husband, or you and your boyfriend or girlfriend. You know, love is very much a deep emotion that has to be instilled back in us, because we were all born with love.
That's true. Well, now it looks like phone lines are going up again. We've got the first caller for the day. Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Mr. Rama.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We've not heard from you in ages.
Yes, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Okay, what would you like to ask our guest?
It's not the hard thing. I just want to express my thoughts of love.
All right,
because
that's
you see, in English, you have got only love.
Yeah.
But if you go to in Bahasa or in Tamil or anything, you see, you have got cinta, sayang, kasih, and all that.
Okay.
So these are different types of expression of love. Like kasih means into your girlfriend or your wife or something like that. Cinta means it's a love for your children and all this.
Yeah.
So you got to express the love, and the respect automatically comes in, and you have to instill this right from your children.
Okay.
Right from the young, you have to instill on them, and then tell them the first that they learn the golden words: thank you, excuse me,
Your
please.
P's and Q's.
That's
all
right.
this should be included. Then this is the word inclusion will express you for the love. That is very important. It's no use simply telling I love you and I love you and then just at the end of the day, it leads to nowhere.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for that.
Thank you very
Mr. Rama.
much.
Very nice to hear from you, and thank you so much for your feedback, which is very true, isn't it? I mean, I think a lot of parents don't do the P's and Q's these days. In fact, if you go out into the society and you go out into a shopping mall, you see kids doing things, and parents, you want to stop them, but you know, you're like, oh my God, that's not my kid. But then parents are not bothered in telling them, look, if you go and hit an elderly person, you have to turn around and say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kids don't do that.
You know, there was a time once back then, you know, when even if somebody else say, you know, are teaching P's and Q's to your children, they are okay about it. You know what? Even if I don't have time to teach my children, the surrounding community, I trust in them. I trust in my surrounding communities, but we don't do that now.
Well,
even if somebody...
Prof, you can give your thoughts on this. I mean, why do we need to discuss this? I mean, a lot of people will look at us and say, oh no, they're talking about love and respect. I mean, it's a normal thing, but why do we need, what is that importance we need to discuss love and respect? I mean, are we saying that we're lacking in love and respect?
We are not saying that everybody, but the whole world now is moving towards, if we are not taking care of it, that we are moving towards the lack of love. Because when we come into this world, for example, anybody, when we see a baby, how do you feel? Suddenly you feel so much love inside of you. Why is it so much love inside of you? Because the baby has so much love. So the thing is that as we grow up, some people, because they are living in an environment from the lack of love. What I say lack of love is, example, like you were saying something about how do we teach our children to be to say please and sorry and thank you and all. The thing is this, we don't have to teach. We just do it. It is not a session that we have to teach.
We set an example.
Yes, we just set an example. And it is true that sometimes when we see somebody else's children and we feel, how are we going to say it, teach them? But the thing is that just be kind to that child. Just say, you are a good boy, you are a good girl. And that energy is an energy of love. Dr. Masaru Emoto from Japan has made an experiment of the power, the message in the water. So when the word love is said to the water, what happens is that the structure of the crystal of water is so beautiful. Whether it is kasih or is it cinta, it is from the energy of love. So why do we need it so much in this world? Because the world is moving so fast.
Oh yes.
So when the world is moving so fast, everything is like tsunami. So if it is a tree, when there's a tsunami, what happens? It will just fall down. But when the root is so strong deep inside,
new trees.
The trees will stand strong. So our children and ourselves as well, when we have this deep rooted of why we come into this earth, what is the purpose, what is the essence of the relationship, the essence is love and respect. So how are we going to be loving and kind? That is the one that holds us together. That is the one that whatever comes into this world, whatever modern thing that comes, whatever new technology that comes, it must come from the place of love.
Oh, it's very interesting you mentioned technology, because we're just going into love and respect from home and we're moving into the working environment. As you mentioned, ever-changing world, evolving, and we're constantly evolving and trying to aspire for new things. Murshidah, coming back to you, do you think that we can actually apply this concept into the working environment, be it with our peers, be it with our bosses, be it with the people that we liaise with every day?
Right. A lot of times, for years and years, we have been trained to remove love out of business or making money or whatever, but actually when you instill love and respect within your business, starting with yourself, beginning with yourself, it can actually manifest in your business and it actually becomes even better. When I first started wanting to advocate about love and respect in organizations and all that, a lot of times the feedback that I get was, oh, it's very dangerous, to bring love into the company. It's that kind of mindset, right? But I don't blame them, because this is how we have been trained and we have been taught. So when we talk about, say, customer service, when you want to treat your customers well, or you want to make sure your customers are happy, what must you have? You must have love and respect. And that does not come just on the physical side. It comes from an energy within that people can feel. It's not just about words. Your job may be to say, thank you very much for your order, would you like fries with that? But with coming from a person who says it with love and respect and sincerity, the person on the other side, the customer, can feel that. and the energy actually shifts within the customer.
Yeah.
And in fact, you know, I have done some work with some organizations where they say, okay, we'll instill that, we begin to understand the importance of love and respect. You know, when we did some experiments on them and some exercises. So the only change that they did in their organization was to change the energy from behind the counter. You know, there was no change in the company logo.
Right.
The furniture was the same. Everything else the same. Even the script on how to greet your customers are the same. And these are people.
Attitude.
Yes, and these are the people who take in complaints daily. You know, so they're naturally very down. So and they're forced to smile. And you know, before that they said, you know, when we smile, we say so many nice things. People still say nasty things to us. Why? So I say just shift that energy from within yourselves. So everybody do the process of forgiveness. Everybody starts the day with gratitude. And the 1 month later when I followed up with them, the amazing thing is they said, you know, the customers, they came with the same complaints, but they leave smiling. They're saying, oh, thank you so much. You better do it for me, you know, the shift in that.
It's a total
energy.
different change.
Yes, the response from the people who went to them for complaints.
Fantastic.
Okay. Well, so maybe Prof, sorry, you can also share with us, talking about love and respect, maybe you can tie up a little bit about charity. About charity is, a lot of people want to do charity.
Oh yeah.
But again, charity always say that maybe I should just donate, because there is, in the newspaper, very famous celebrity, she's selling her stuff on eBay, saying that it's going to be donated for charity, but again she just donates the 10% minimum requirement of that, and she pocketed the rest. And there are even cases where, you know, if you want to do charity, you know, why don't I just give clothes that I don't want to wear, or it's really torn, it's really... So where's the love and respect in doing charity in that? Your comment, Prof.
Anything that we do come back to our intention. So whatever it is.
Right.
Just I'd like to add on to what Murshidah said just now before I go to the next question. The thing is that when we talk about love, it is love itself. So love for money is also love. So the thing is that what we are saying
different kind of love.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong about loving money. There's nothing wrong about that. What I'm saying is that why we couple it love and respect, because the thing is that it is loving the mankind, loving the world, loving to be in service, to do service to mankind. So when the question about charity, when we talk about charity just now, what are we giving? Why are we doing the charity? The why must be there, and it must be the big thing, the purpose behind anything that we do.
Prof, hold that thought. Just hold that thought. Now, for all of you out there, we actually took to the streets to find out more about this love and respect. What do people think about it? So let's have a look at that one. Take it away to the streets and find out love and respect.
I think yes. I think you know, young people, they still respect their elders and so on. But I think what happens is it's like if it's within their family, I think they'll do their dues in terms of the respect. But for example, maybe in public transport and all that, when you see an elderly, do you respect? Do you actually give up the seat for them? Or it could be a driver, a Malaysian driver, and sometimes when you see a senior citizen driving, I mean the older ones can't really drive, but if you see a senior citizen driving, would you be polite enough to, you know, perhaps give away a little to them, you know, or even a senior citizen crossing the street? So that sort of respect, you know, I don't really see that.
I believe there is. It's just that it is much more like what's hidden behind their mind rather than something that we show very upfront nowadays. But I guess a lot of parental guidance as well as religious guidance is a little bit lesser nowadays compared to the olden times. So sad to say, sometimes I do see this in outside the younger generations care less or little towards the older people. But yeah, I guess it's all in us. If it's given the right guidance as well as the right teaching, it will back to what the right thing to do.
I think it's much lesser now, okay, compared to my parents' days. I think not just respect, I think it's the lack of tolerance to other things. You know, you see how Malaysian drive, you probably understand what I'm trying to say. Definitely much lesser, I would say. I mean, if you see that is there's a pregnant lady, or someone that things drops and everything, not many people will automatically help them, or give their seats to the the pregnant lady or something like that. But that's the thing. I mean, I think a lot to do with not just education, it's whether you want to do it or not.
I think it still exists. At least me myself respect my parents, my elders, family, neighbors. We did greet each others when we met. I think it depends actually, but during the society now we can see that we are more individualism, whereby they just care about themselves. But I do believe that respect still exists.
All right, so she says respect still exists. Now, between Prof and Murshidah, one quick question. The Eastern values, as we value ourselves, or value our family, it's constantly been that the younger generation is taught to respect the family members, not only family members, their peers and the older generation. However, do you think that probably there's too many Western influence coming in now in the later trends, that so much so that the youngsters don't give such importance anymore in our society? I mean, is this your take on this?
Okay, my take on this. I wouldn't say Western influence or Eastern influence. We're all human, and we all have our own cultures, and in each and every culture, whether it's Western, Eastern, Middle Eastern, wherever, it is all to do with values, human values, and always love and respect has always been instilled in a lot of cultures, regardless, right? I wouldn't say it's because of, say, Western influences that got people to be more like this. It's the way the world is shifting. We are getting closer together. Things change and develop between us, and sometimes this thing that the emphasis on the importance of materialism, the importance of just self, being selfish, and has somehow developed into all cultures. Right. It's not just from the Western or whatever. And for us as individuals, whether you're from a Western culture or from a Eastern culture, we have to instill this value of love and respect from the beginning in our youths, right from the beginning, and to get them to be in touch again with their spirit, and that spirit is actually the purpose in this world. What is their purpose in this world, and to add value to the world, and that adding value, right, and what you want to live in this world while you are still alive is love and respect. Yes, in all areas, in whatever areas that you want to do.
Maybe, Prof, you can comment on negative media. Now, I was reading another article yesterday that there was this one country, I think, if I'm not mistaken, forgive me if I'm wrong, it's either Germany, where they compare the newspapers articles from Malaysia and their country, whereby their country, they will try their best not to portray most of the negative or scandalous topics and so on, but yet they are quite shocked that in Malaysia we are
very open about it.
We are very open about it, and tabloid scandals and all the negative topics are true.
We thrive
on really negative topics because they say it sells. So negative media, how do we I don't know, can we say keep it away from our younger generation, or do you think the media itself is contributing to this problem of we are lacking in love and respect?
Thank you for that question. It's a very, very good question, Murshidah. Yeah, that's the reason why we are doing this.
Yes.
Yeah, because the thing is that what we are doing, and we are creating the awareness. The awareness about what will happen to the whole world if we continue to walk this path from the place of lack of love. So I understand that negative news bring a lot more people reading them. It is a mindset change that need to happen, both from the media and also from the people as well. And I would like to take on what Murshidah was saying just now. It is the values that we need to instill in our children, in our family, in the people around us. So the thing is that we cannot stop them. Only them can stop themselves. So when we say that this, for example, when we see news is just is. It is not bad, it is not good, it is just is. But people with principle, with the right principle and the right values, will be able to take lesson from that. So that is the one that we want to teach our children, our youngsters, and ourselves to be reflexive in it, to see, okay, what happened? Why this thing happened? What can I do? Now that's just Murshidah was saying about selfishness, because we start to think about what ourselves. And when we're talking about the message, it's love and respect. We are talking about expanding it out, because you, Murshidah and I, we are all together. We are just one. So when we understand this, if I were to hurt you, and I will hurt myself.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Though we hope that we don't hurt each other. Now, I have to share the story. There was this movie, this Indian movie, Yasmin, I think, well, it's Kamala Hassan's movie, and I'm quite sure a lot of you out there would have seen this. I don't remember the title, but if anybody does, please let me know. In this particular movie that he was acting, he was this happy-go-lucky character, and he ended up, working in a hospital. And you know how when most of us, when we look at these cleaners, we just pass them by. We hardly pay attention to these people who actually make our daily lives lovely because of the work they do. So one of those days he just passed a cleaner and he looked at him and he said, "Oh, hi, good morning." And then he says, "What's so good about morning?" You know, the guy started grumbling. And so he said, "You know, why are you so angry? Why are you constantly angry? You're doing a great job. I respect you because you're doing this fantastic job of cleaning up the whole hospital. And if you don't do it, then we are in trouble because it's going to be dirty." And then he says, "You know what? Come here." And he just grabbed the guy and gave him a big hug. Of course, in Tamil, they call it the Kattipudi Vaidyam, as in the hugging, therapy. And I think that was something that sort of changed a lot of things in me, because I felt that, it just came to my mind, because when you mentioned how people said, to go and give with sincerity, he did it with sincerity by hugging the person, and at the same time he got a different reaction from that person. So it was a very interesting story for me. I had to share that.
Can I add on that? So
Okay. So excited.
Because the thing is this, scientists have found that the energy from the heart, the electromagnetic wave from the heart is 1,000-fold stronger, and it can change the molecular structure of everything that's outside. So when the person coming from sincerity, from the place of love, cause that changes in the man's angry heart. So that's what happened, and it transmute, it bring to you when you see the movie. That is what we are talking about together. We are talking about the message is love and respect. The simple thing that you do every day, the smile from a sincere heart, right? So this is what we are saying about. It is not about big thing. You think about the small thing as well.
Small baby steps that you do every day. And again, just to share my experience, talking about the energy of love. Now, I breastfed my son. Now, I think all mothers who breastfed out there, you know that sometimes they can be latching on you for hours on ends, and you're like, oh my God, I just need to do a lot of things, and there he is latching on for a few hours, and we have to do dishes, we have to do the laundry and so on. But I noticed the only time I can really get him to sleep is if I come down, and if I just come down and just lie there and relax, and automatically he'll go to sleep. If I force it out of him, like, come on, get it, come on,
like a factory.
Aren't you full yet? He will just get cranky. It's like cranky parents cranky children.
That's why the energy of love,
the energy is something very simple. It's just like, okay, my son is breastfeeding, he wants to breastfeed for 3 hours. Okay, go ahead, that's it. The dishes can wait. So everything can wait.
That's a good one. Thanks for sharing that. And it only takes one person to start the ball rolling.
That's right.
And like when that story of what you shared was very, very powerful to me also, was because all that while that guy never felt he was acknowledged. He doesn't know the importance of his work, and it just took one person to change his life by telling him, look, you are important and you mean something. And you know what, in all of us, we are special. I am special, you are special. We are all meant to do something in this world. We're not just here to take up oxygen and then put by, that's it. Everybody, each and every one of us here are meant to do something. What is that something? So we have to find it for ourselves.
Well, let's talk about the Facebook thing that you guys are doing. So, a little bit, share that before we let you off the air.
Okay. The Facebook, we have started a group called The Message is Love. So in order for you to just come to and just join us, we'll be
the message is love and respect.
Sorry.
The message is love
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
The respect need to come. Yes, the message is love and respect. Just join us and we have discussion, and you can also give your opinion and all.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are going to create. We're going to create together. Not Murshidah and I only. Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
That's good. Now, don't be shocked if this becomes an Aunt Thelma kind of Facebook, because I'm quite sure a lot of people would love to come and share their stories.
Yes, we'd love to.
Now, Murshidah and Prof, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It is absolute honor to have you guys here, because sharing this with you, it changes our lives in a lot of ways, seriously.
Yes,
and every time we have Murshidah here, we'll always have this problem.
Yes.
So I have to go and change ourselves.
Baby steps, hug your cleaners, hug your waiter, waitress, say thank yous. P&Qs, the basic P&Qs of every day.
That's right. All right, Malaysia, will be with us, stay with us still, because we've got a lot more coming. Of course, we are going to be talking about the importance of engaging English as a skill for fresh graduates. Before that, of course, we have Hot Happening coming in.
Yes, celebrations with old citizens for the Chinese New Year with Azaria. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned.
We'll take it away.